Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about getting back with your ex and whether you should. Sometimes, the answer to a question is so universally accepted that we don't put a lot of thought into it after we accept the answer. Whether you get back with your ex is one of those questions. You tend to have a hard opinion on this, one way or the other. Recently, I was presented with a scenario, and I just thought it might be worth sharing. Okay, so here's the scenario. My ex and I were together for a while, and we've been separated for a couple years now. But now I'm starting to get the feeling of nostalgia. When time passes, you know how you tend to forget the bad parts? That's the phase I'm in. I remember how bad it really was when I think about it. But just on the feels level, I don't think about it. When we first got together, he said all the right things, made all the right promises. It was going to be great, and I really thought that going into it. It didn't take me long to realize he was like most of them. Once saying the right things got him what he wanted, he stopped caring. It took a little while for the honeymoon phase to wear off, but looking back, there were problems. He had some unresolved prejudice. Nothing was ever his fault, just the normal childish stuff. I should have known from his previous relationships. But the hindsight and all that, his friends would just agree with whatever he said, no matter how messed up it was. He fed on it and got worse and worse. My previous boyfriend had made some smart investments. Well, come to find out, he played with it and started to destroy my finances. Then the pandemic happened, and he just blamed it all on that as if I wouldn't notice or remember. And I guess sometimes I don't. It was during the pandemic that he really started to show himself. I guess because I was home more, I started seeing it more clearly. He started talking about all these weird conspiracy theories all the time. For all I know, he was doing it the whole time, but it became more obvious and weird during the pandemic. He became irrational. It was around this time I knew it wasn't going to last, but I stuck it out. Maybe it would get better. I noticed he was trying to model himself after all those alpha male wannabe types. He made friends with some of them, but they just used him, and he didn't see it. It was sad, really. Then I told him I wanted to break up. He lost it. The clown took me to court, which of course didn't work. Then his friends came over to try to convince me. They broke my windows. The more he tried to stay, the more I knew I wanted him out. So I get the guy out, and then I find out he still had some sensitive photos of me. And what's worse is that he just left them. I still have no idea who saw them or who has a copy. Now he's calling again and making the same promises as before. But after all this, I'm still thinking about going back to him. I need therapy. So the actual question I was asked was, how do I explain to my dad I could never support Trump? We don't go back to our exes. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.